It all started a week ago. It was a normal Monday for me. I got up, took a shower, and headed out for college. The day went by slowly, and when college had finished, I caught the bus back home. As I got to my house, however, one of my friends, Tom, was standing outside of my door. This was unusual as he very rarely came to my house. I would usually just chill with him and go somewhere rather than come back to my house with him. Anyways, as I walked up to him, he turned to face me. He looked scared, as if he'd seen a ghost or something. He ran up to me and handed me an object. I looked down at the object and it was a video game, Call of Duty Black Ops. To be precise, I wasn't really a Call of Duty fan, so I never really played any other games in the series before. Tom, 2 questions. Number 1, why are you waiting outside of my house? And number 2, why did you give me this? I told you that I've never played a Call of Duty game before. Before I could get an answer from him, he shoved me out of the way and ran away. I ran after him and noticed that he was running to his house. He only lived about 2 minutes away down the road, so I knew the path to his house. I continued to run after him, shouting, "Tom, what the hell is up with you?" Eventually, he finally reached his house. When we tried to catch up to him, as soon as I made it to his door, he slammed the door in my face. I tried to open it. Of course, he unlocked the door. What the fuck is up with him? I banged on his door for what seemed like hours, but after a while, I figured that he wasn't going to unlock the door, so I made my way back home. Well, that's me, weirded out for the day. I'm going to have a talk to him about this tomorrow. I looked at the game. A confused look at my face once again. What the hell am I going to do with this? It's not like I asked to lend this. I might just leave it for now. I don't particularly feel like playing Xbox yet anyways. When I got home, I walked to my living room and turned on my TV. I put the game down on my CT and sat in my chair. After a few hours of watching TV, I got bored and decided to turn on my Xbox. As it booted up and brought me to the dashboard, a thought came across my mind. What should I play? I looked over my CT and saw the game that Tom had handed me earlier. I went over to it, picked it up, opened the case, and put the disc into my Xbox. I might as well try this out, see if it works and whatnot. Even if I'm not all that interested in Call of Duty, it is a game and I never actually played it before, so... My thoughts came to an end when a loud sound came from my TV. I jumped and looked at my screen. The sound came from the main menu, booting up. I was in a room with TVs on my right and a TV to my left. The TVs on my left had options such as campaign, multiplayer, zombies, and options. Zombies, huh? Sounds better than campaign or multiplayer. Guess might as well try it out. I clicked on the zombies option and the room changed to a yellowish color. I also noticed that a guy behind the window, who I didn't notice before, and was smacking on the window, trying to break through. How did I not see him when I was on the main menu? My eyesight must be worse than I thought. Either that or I was just not looking properly. Paying no attention to this, I clicked through the various menus and saw a map called Kino di Torden. I clicked on it and eventually I found a lobby with 3 other players. The match eventually started and I spawned into what seemed a run-down building, while the other players ran off in a different directions. I searched around this room and noticed that all 3 players were standing next to a barrier of some sort. Is this where the zombies spawn? After realizing that they did in fact spawn behind the barriers, I found one that wasn't occupied by one of the players. I stood behind and eventually the zombies started coming towards the barrier. I only had a pistol and so did everyone else. It seemed so... I guess that I couldn't do a whole ton of damage just yet. After killing a few zombies that tried to break through the barriers, I heard a scream behind me. I soon heard the player's character shout out to me, "Help me!" Wow, he really went all out on this game, I thought to myself. When I managed to actually kill all the zombies around the player, he was gone. that was left were bones and a very realistic mangled head. That creeped me out a bit, for one. I had never seen a game this realistic, especially the faces and characters when they were getting eaten alive. This game apparently progressed through rounds. Round 1 had finished when I received a text from one of my other friends, Dave. I read, "Hey man, what are you up to?" I looked around and made sure there was no zombies over there. When I was content that I wasn't gonna get killed, I picked up my phone, replied to his message. "Nothing much, dude. Tom was outside of my house today. Handed me a game for the Xbox 360, Call of Duty Black Ops. What was really odd, though, is how he looked and acted. He looked terrified. As soon as he handed me the game, he ran home. I followed him, but he locked his door and wouldn't open it. I admit, it creeped me out quite a bit. He's never done anything like that, and I don't see why he would anyways. I'm playing the game now, and I'm gotta admit, it's freaking realistic. I'm on a zombie match 3 other players. One of them died, and player's character did a really, really realistic animation. While the zombies were eating him alive, he was screaming, looking towards me, and shouted, "Help me!" I really should have bought this game ages ago. After finally sending the text, I heard 2 screams from my TV. I put my focus back on the game and saw that the 2 other players were eating as well. They both looked towards me and screamed different things each. One of them shouted, "Why aren't you helping?" While the other one shouted, "I hate you. I hope you run hell with me." That was when I started to get a bit weirded out. A game can't be this realistic, can it? I've been surprised at how realistic it's been so far, but now I was getting more creeped out than before, especially when I heard the first 2 players screaming. Screaming were the most realistic screams I ever heard in a video game. I got a text and decided to read it. I checked the game and noticed that the zombies were still eating the other 2 players and weren't paying any attention to me whatsoever. So I decided to quickly look at the text that I received. It was from Dave again. I told him what was happening. "Dude, what the hell are you talking about? I have the game and I played a lot of zombies. It's never been that realistic. Not even in the new maps. There is no animation when the player gets eaten alive. They don't look towards you and scream 'help me' either. All the zombies do is hit you 2 times and you go down. You can only get revived by another player, so you either got a really well done hacked video version or you're bullshitting me." I looked at the text in confusion. What the hell is he talking about? It can't be hacked. Tom had told me before that he bought it brand new. Before I could even click reply, I heard yet another scream from the TV. I looked and jumped at what I saw. There was a zombie who had his face right up to my screen. And when I say that, I mean literally an inch away. It looked like if I reached out of my TV, I could possibly touch it. It was also the most realistic zombie I've ever seen. I've seen a few zombie films before, and this zombie beats out all of them out of the water with its appearance. I could see its skull and its brain barely hanging out. There were only black, empty sockets where the eyes should have been. The flesh on its mouth has been ripped off, so you can see the entire front of its jaw. The next thing it did scared me intensely. It grinned. It grinned at me, as in literally at me. It looked as if I could see me through the screen. It spoke. "I am going to enjoy this." Its voice was low. Not demonic or anything like that, just a low male voice. Also, there was something that made its voice a lot creepier than any male's voice. It had a soothing tone to it. Before I could do anything, the zombie stabbed its 2 fingers into what I presume my character's eyes. I only guessed that as my fingers looked as if they touched my screen and the screen went black. There was just sound, just no video. I hear moans, and then I heard something being snapped. Then more snap sounds. I guess that the game was still running, just no video. I didn't even want to think what the zombies were doing to my player. Then I heard what sounded like someone eating something. I gagged at the thought coming into my head. I injected the disc, went lightning fast speed, and put it back in its case. I ran over to Tom's house and knocked on his door. Still, no reply. I put the game down on his doorstep, hoping that he would find it when he came out of his house. You can have that game. I never want to see that thing again. The day went by pretty normally, however. When I went to sleep, I had a nightmare, which included a zombie what I saw in the game. It was eating me alive. I could feel everything, every bite, every scratch, everything. I woke up screaming and sweating like a madman. I was relieved that it was just a dream, but it felt so real. I've been having the same nightmare every night for the past week, and when I woken up in the middle of the night, I swear that I could see someone standing at the foot of my bed, but when I realized the mysterious figure is gone. I honestly don't know what to do. Obviously, I knew that I might have a nightmare as the experience disturbed me a lot, but the same exact nightmare for an entire week, which involved me feeling the exact pain as a zombie eats me. And when I wake up, I see this mysterious figure standing at the edge of my bed. Something's wrong with me. I really need to get help. Thanks for reading, guys. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again.
Tonight,